Next, let's learn about factors to aesthetics and functionality. Aesthetical and functionalities are two sides of the UX and UI coin. What are some factors that you can learn to add to your design? 1. Contrast. 2. Typography. 3. Space. Let's read in detail. What is contrast? Our eyes are drawn to things that stands out. Red fruit in green tree stands out to us because fruits were essential to survival. But what is it about red fruit in green tree that can be applied to design? The concept of contrast is what is important here. A single red apple stands out against a background of green leaves because red is just opposed against the green background. This catches our eyes. So, designers often use the principle of contrast when designing their interface. Here are 5 ways you can use contrast to spice up your designs. Color contrasting, shape and size, style and influence, font varying and typography, depth and shadows. So these are the 5 ways where a designer use to make a contrast to making a design. Let's see the second, typography. Unless you plan on having no words on your layout, typography is critical. Different font conveys different tone and choosing the right font can have a profound impact on the personality of your app. Next, with fonts, there are two distinct categories, sans serif and sans serif and serif. Serif is a small line attached to the end of a letter. Its purpose is to make the reading experience easier by providing a small transition from letter to letter. Sans serif fonts are simple fonts without the this leading line. So these both fonts are the different they are the from one family which distinguish with the categories. If you wish to convey a more professional tone in your website, choose serif font for a more casual vibe. Most apps use sans serif fonts, but nowadays the depending upon the platform, the fonts are being used. For maximum readability for your fonts, serif is the way to go. Lightboard has highlighted some of the best fonts to use in 2019. Now let's see the last, which is space. It is crucial for designing that are pleasing to the eyes. If all of your elements are next to each other with no space in between, then your eyes will have trouble focusing on one particular element. So, if your content is spaced too far apart, then that can impact the usability in negative ways as well. There is a balance that needs to be maintained when it comes to spacing the elements in your design. Too much spacing and your design looks empty. Too little spacing and your design looks cluttered and unpleasant to it. So try to use spacing consistently. You want to add strategy spacing to your design. Space things out to create enough separation to organize your layout. So till now we learned about this spacing. So after this, let's go through about experience design. User experience design, which is also known as UXD, UED or XD, which all stands for Experience design is the process of enhancing user satisfaction with a product by improving the usability, accessibility, and desirability provided in the interaction with a product. User experience design encompasses traditional HCI, which is human computer interaction design, and extends it by addressing all aspects of product or servicing as prescribed by user. XD, which is again experience design, is the part of designing products, processing, service, events, omnichannel journeys, and environments, with a focus placed on the quality of the user experience and culture relevant solutions. Experience design is not driven by a single design discipline. Instead, it requires a cross-discipline perspective that considers multiple aspects of the brand or business or environment or experience, from product, packaging, and retail environment to the clothing and attitude of employees. It seeks to develop the experience of a product, service, or event along any or all of the following dimensions. Let's see some history of UXD, which is user experience design. The field of user experience design is a conceptual design discipline and has its roots in human factor and ergonomics, a field that since the late 1940s has focused on the interaction between human users, machine, and the contextual environments to design systems that addresses the user's experience. With the proliferation of workplace computers in the early 1990s, user experience started to become a positive insight for designers. Don Norman, a professor and researcher in design, usability and cognitive science, continued the term user experience and brought it to a wider audience. He said that I invented the term because I thought human interface and usability were extremely good. I wanted to cover all aspects of the person's experience with the system, including industrial design, graphics, the interface, the physical interaction, and the manual. Since then, the term has spread widely so much so that it is starting to gain its meaning.